how she survived and how she's feeling and what lessons she thinks we can all learn from the happenings of Monday. But, the STC also granted an interview. And in that interview, they spoke to Alhaji Nuruddin Mamidan actually. So he's Alhaji Nuruddin Mamidan, and he's a deputy manager director in charge of finance. And he spoke and he narrated what he believes is an account of what happened on the day. Take a listen to this.
Tanker and speed now what they bad. No to me and slow down as the other two did. Into the speed ever bought private car nichi. And a cheap private car ni and a mummy in a bought STC carnage. That the impact was huge. Into a destabilizing STC car cry into the driver struggle and he veered off the road. Into a veer off the road and na eja ultimate choky or baby. Na tanker no ononso a ball car back on a ball STC ononso lost control and na oko to amanano. Into to amanano na adene explode here. And it was say a pequania ever fast na passengers no a free bus no. And to drive any idea power would be inside no and it would pay. Into more mobile driver and about 10 passengers. Far baby a driver and fire no a PA no. Now more no and it will be ball glass no way a pie glass no. So window glass no and almost to me fire a PA. Now come when you cause some fat driver side and can do last person can na a janato.
Okay.
And Chamin Chad here, when you not me PA 31 passengers.
Okay.
Nobody died.
Okay.
And this information now call in the social media and no credit. I have when him say STC. Answer na obefa bus na your book bi o honoma your trust system no. Your way bill. It's like the aircraft until we have a list of all our passengers together with their telephone number. Many will say Andra, everybody has gone home peacefully. I didn't see, they do not call Kufredra. In TSA dispatch 2 buses because you say by our experience, we say yeah, Ubi on my because of Betuasu, Ubi on my because of Bebefi. Into the 2 buses, Ekushia or Kufredra. Enti omo amuka so mpese omo to aso Kumasi ne ye do omo koye omo amunsa return to Accra no so and e de omo ina buy. I can say on authority that we are able to account for all the passengers in the car. No single person died.
All right, so that's a staff with the STC saying that no person died. And unfortunately, even as we speak right now, we've already told you that per the incidents of Monday, 8 lives have been lost so far. 8 lives have been lost so far. All right, so we want to have our own bite, as to what really happened, on Monday. And of course, as we talk about road safety issues here on Love Nights and Up on 5, whilst we are waiting this woman who will be joining us to, talk about what she witnessed when she was on the STC bus and all that. But as you hit the roads today, please be mindful. Please be guided that your safety and the safety of the people around you is paramount. So whether you are a driver who is behind the steering wheel, whether you are somebody who's sitting on a motorbike, even if you're a pedestrian, let's all be vigilant. Let's all be alert. Let's all do the right things on our roads so we all stay safe. I'll be right back after this. Stay with me.
No, me back small girl. No. Me ba small girl no. Me ba small girl no.
Slow down. Be brainy, I'm going to me and obey Yancy Asempa. Yanyanti and obey at exactly 11:45 hours. I mean, as I say, accident to be SC. I will boost to find so it's a pentel first move fast station. I may have a boa boost fast station. I may have a Juma said yes, Pata. Ampa, never do Hano. Now, accident I involve 5 vehicles. Tanker, you know, any SC bus back home, pick up back home, and a Kia Sorrento, a saloon car so back home. Yes, Muno, not tank about the Ejano Atoma, I have a shape Nase, I will bridge no, it's the name Rantier, Ebomodia, Jano Sani, I'll say, because not Eja Ato, STC Bass, a Janso Sanda pick up, a Janso Sanda, Tankana, and no other day, ever for tall, Brumna Simuno, Yeduno, and Temso, any Rantier, and what they so Eduno. Yes, some modern echo say Nipa now more than almost same ever. Ampa, ye PM who say, Nipa Mienua. Some way now, Yame Ato Safu, Jano, it's my day. Assume there's a situation in China, a Janice ye pa, and now a farm goa, a share group of Nintino, and my Bronoso Avo in Ara, and who say Ampa, you run idea in Asi, and my insurer, it's me so I do ye into your ranting your butcher, a Nipa no woman or Pamino, and ranting you know, I you my doma police for some way I mean, say, say on for Munko, I am watching no from Koshim, no more pet, Senate, a Papusi. Ampa, the Ghana National Fire Service, soon command, hereby as from 2. I have a boy, I share a situation in the Singapore. I'm pioneer ranting now, ye be out to the Yasha, as a clear coin himself a bit made, and Yaquina, a quino abbey used for purpose now, and ranting and I say, Casa, Edusakon, Yabayinano, it's me, I day, Akko, on the destinations as we do. I'm any pound web plano, you bet me Ashima, you buy another a woman now, it's Bassini, it's Mexico. Am I a dream before I night my woman is for pick up on so on your woman is Mexico. Nemo, Kiaso Rento Nana, opinion a bush of 4 years. Omina, I don't mean I have you mini part in Yensa, opinion and Marina. Slow down.
as well. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Charlie Joe will come and help me. So yes.
Good morning.
But you say Bokodia. Yamiadum. That's say or they won't quite a chow. Na yes, oh, 2 kwaya kong. Na ukon crime boy.
Makwameba.
Wakwa kra woba. Ah, na yesa mo komum.
Be free say, "Oh, my men no more coin." Almost for night bus, no Sunday, nana, almost to 11 p.m. Na me say, I can't so dear men fast anajo. To me, Koda said the following day, na me see, but one be do safely. Me 2 and upon 9 a.m. No, na.
At the moko here, na moba.
Your colleague back. Ne mami, no, you're very good to us.
Okay.
Or your doctor.
Okay.
Tia prefer say you be kwa kujano.
I don't know any ye.
When ne
mame free.
Na previous week ni ko be see na se wo Kumasi ntina. Sani oye maye no na ye ntimi nka say ono nko a.
Okay. So what she's saying is that they have this friend or colleague who is good to them, and so she was bereaved, and so they decided to go, commiserate with her at a funeral, and so they went to Accra. And after the funeral, the group that they went with, some decided to return to Kumasi that same evening. They arrived safely. To her, she said she didn't want to travel in the evening because she felt uncomfortable and unsafe. She felt that the best way to travel was during the day. So she slept over in Accra, and then she went to the STC bus terminal to board the STC bus and came to Kumasi. Sape Pepe. Now they be able to go STC now.
Me since STC starts say ejuma no. STC na me fe even ye kono kra no. Me colleagues no mobile no omo no ka so mbe tonight and na dawn. Na me say omo ba omo first STC me ne lady ba ko de.
Nti we dey be STC na afro.
So omo ye safe.
Okay. Baby said the power na chese na wo bus no so bi.
Me ticket wa.
We ticket crowd.
Number 30 last seat. 3031.
Okay.
Me ticket wa ha. Akasa say me kono kra me dey sa ticket ne so ba. Ti me wo me ticket wa ha.
Okay. And di na hu ye di power na see akwenhia we buy.
Me pa cho asane me kana me te last seat window no a ewo right no. Ti e ho no kra ne se bi na engine no de unya call kra na wonte ti me kai say last person na me ne kan ye messenger internet de nti na me ka kire ne say emwa if you say no kan ho a third person we nya kwa de nti me yi ka te call na me text na me di phone no e shem no na me no kra ye ba ko me say bi me ma ha say me be twa na say bibi your driver na ni efi send am ka me trust STC one more company ni drivers ni bibia but before brim to bridge no you overtaking is true third one na you crash yen
no STC driver ni overtaking me no
wenyini say we hu ni video no see nyina ya hye sa na obeka pampa chon make aba oye no the tanker no the boy to na to ho na mete ne ho no the boy oye overtaking wo shemu anshemu anwie no hu se Kia Sorento no eba
okay
ti no wo shem
okay
ti wan shem no the boy to
okay
sa na ye ti ye we to de ye nyina se bi ma no ha kra ye move ekogu it's all of a sudden na un se ni nyina bas na lock na engine no what to ntina ye back smoke bem na nyame nso na gi ye free say yes ano ya anko straight ye yes e koto brim nim ti barricade na e wo ho no ti o hwe se eyi na bus na chi akakra barricade na e wo ho ne na gi ye na bus ni gina ye enti ono no ka bi anka ye ko straight anko besa de abom ni anka e ho na
so what she's saying is that she and she's shown us her ticket. And the ticket is numbered 30. Yes, ticket number 30. And so she was sitting at the back of the STC bus. And she's narrating and saying that the engine was even making noise because where she was seated in the bus, the engine was around that area. So there was a bit of noise in the engine area, making it uncomfortable to even be able to receive calls or make calls and hear yourself and the other person on the other side clearly. So she was rather even using text messages. And she is saying that at a certain point during the driving, this STC driver, the bus driver, did some 2 overtakings. He did some 2 overtakings. She is saying that on the bus, she felt that the 2 overtakings were not supposed to have been done. Because the place was small. So the STC bus driver did the overtaking, and upon doing the overtaking, he saw an oncoming vehicle. So he wanted to meander his way back into his lane, and because the space was narrow, the tanker vehicle hit their behind, and it moved them off or veered them off the road. It was the balustrades on the shoulders of the road that saved them. But you said no. No, Obi says na say bus nechi. Na say fan say we ni ya koma na say we din komo phone so na say no be din komo bus. Mo be dey hu say ni see ye. Ebi John said they all can say overtaking na there.
Fine. You can say previous day no crowd dey betching you know man shed that nya enough sleep into me too kwan ya memenda ba me yes said this say dey meda. But they na wo ehɔ ne ade na unse na me wo phone so nti se mani kum kura na ebeti akontimi kate call na me text ye na me di shem no me pom yes a haketua we na wo ye ni aye ba akonti se mu pictures ba ya behind us had this accident you see na another tanker fuel tanker see echi that tanker niva taking it in ho no kura no eyam say eye wonya me ye sure say na no see ebukina tanker no ne de o crash ye ni na aha entimi de mi hu ye wanrem tikia Sorrento neighbor no yes so owrem no de boy ye chinti sa private car na tanker ni twifa ne so say de wo mo de o man kan agis ipa mi.
So tanker be the form so
Burkina fuel tanker
Burkina Faso tanker na fa Sorrento ne so.
Yes, and also na boy ye car ni.
Burkina Faso de na so na boy mo car ni.
Ti ekoto from hono na ofa Sorrento ne so. San auto bridge ni mu from home.
So what she's also saying is that I was asking how sure she is as to what she's sharing with us this morning. Because if you're sitting on the back seat, your ticket number is 30. You're sitting at the back seat. How would you have seen what transpired? And she said, well, she's somebody when she's traveling, she doesn't sleep. So she was sitting at the back seat number 30, and then seeing the overtaking that this STC's bus driver was doing, she realized that, listen, there was a Burkina vehicle, also a tanker coming. Fuel tanker that was also coming. So when he was trying to enter the space, he couldn't enter. So the Burkina tanker hit the STC side, Accra.
Back.
The back, saying.
Baby, I say.
No, say Mobile Street, Mobile Kumasi.
Yeah, Kumasi.
And so, Mobile Kumasi, Burkina bus track na sabe bomb to Abra no so you overtaking. No,
yeah, overtaking tanker no.
So hold on. So there are 2 tankers no. And I'm
can overtake back. And there or crash here no di enim no onko. Na your driver na here say or yeah another overtaking. Enti waye o shemu no we ohun say Kia Sorrento neighbor no for so na ne to side ho ne da so wo
kwan ni mu.
Yes.
And tanker back on the born it. Now I understand you perfectly. So what happened after?
Enti the patrol yes no. All of a sudden na bus na lock. Na dia ya who say na nkura wo make 2 girls be cry be 11 years and 12 years ye be try ticket ma wo na eba on their own so be si konongo na ebi mu so ne ye parents nkura nkasa wo minim se vacation ni tia ti ye the driver be alloking ti driver na ball ne driving door no window no na nipa be ohuri ye nipa ati na chi kakra no enti no aka se ye nyina ya hye no nipa no bo mu ti na chi ni kakra fa oti ye nyina ya rush say ye kɔ but down to the Dream River no na no so hye enti na smoke no any kese achoku ye hu hwe nipa cho so obi be bo me kami unity ba me ba ha no hwe say heat na na ni mi
so Eugene and come and check it out for me so we authenticate what she's saying.
Yes.
Please go on.
Enti heat ni smoke afeni ye hu hwe enti me de na mi say ye be ni nyina ya say dwane kwa akire ho to obi asa bi obi efre ni nyame ti mi ni do obo me side ho ni window no mi ni ti mi hu ya say aboni pa fm ti mi no kra na asa bi nyina ya prayer life no kra no na me ye wo mu say
some be saying
ti say bi nkra ni nyina si ye na mpanyinfoɔ kakra edi m'anim ti me ne last person na me free ɛsoro hɔ na me kae sɛ na obi gyina hɔ so wɔ mu nti me na obi amfa hwɛ nti me yɛ me hu sɛ me phone wei na phone na ekura me a me use ne normally ne deɛ sɛ na sɛ bi wu kura ne me ti hu sɛ da form na me peke sɛ at least me yɛ call ti me ne last person na me hu nti bra na ogyina hɔ so wɔ mu no me nim sɛ bi me nso me kɔhyia me bɔ nsama edru me so na se bra aka me so me mu osi huri bra na so bra hwe baby a me wo osi eni ontimi hura gina hɔ
samre na eja da so bas man accident
na ye bas ne ja nya ntom ba tanka no smoke ni heat no ɛna na ebe na ye nim say anytime so yan so ye de ne ja betimi atom enti aye me kra no me ambese wo kra me hu huri me wa kwa enti me nim bia ye ya me huri si fom ti me huri si fom de na me ni we na me te se emu ya me ya nti na fuel tanker na park ni so ne asu esu say betimi asan ya yi nti me call ye mendru 50 meters me twa mani na me hu say yasu ya bus na gya dem tie ya de ni hwe back to suhum so my driver ne wo mu si ya ne de wo mu de ni hwe lender door tie ya fa eche de nyina so ya de ni hwe back to suhum ti driver no onim say ya survive ye enti na ne interview no me blame ne sa o ka se ye nyina e fi say lady ba ko obi ma ya left no ne driver of ho say driver ni sun osu nyina say ye meku nkofo ma
SCC driver. Well, listeners, you can also join us, on Facebook and join us on our YouTube channels where we're showing you, some of the scenes from the accident scene that happened on Mondays on our YouTube channel. It's also it's also on our Facebook, page. And for us this morning, we're having a conversation with a lady. I just want to leave her name out of the conversation for now, but she says that she was on the bus from Accra to Kumasi when the accident occurred. And she still alleges or claims that the SCC bus driver overtook two overtakings that she felt was not needed. And then one that he did, the SCC bus driver did. After he did the overtaking, he realized that there was an oncoming vehicle. That was a Sorrento. And so he was trying to get back to the main road. And when he was trying to enter, because the road was narrow, the Burkina big tanker, fuel tanker, was behind them. It hit their rear, their behind, and that is what caused the accident. And she says actually, that the Burkina big fuel tank ran over the Sorrento. It drove over the Sorrento. So for them, nobody, according to her, would survive that incident. They didn't even survive. She's also saying that the SCC bus was engulfed with smoke because the heat from the tanker that fell by the side of the road, the heat and the smoke engulfed the SCC bus, so they couldn't see much. And so what they did was that the SCC bus driver was able to break the glass to the door from where he was seated, and about 10 of the passengers got out of the vehicle from that portion. That is why if you hear the earlier interview that the STC bus driver was making, he said, 10 have come out. They were 31 in number. 10 have come out. For the rest, he thinks that they are all, dead. Now, she also says that somebody broke the window to the rear of the STC bus. She doesn't know who did. But there was somebody who was also around, who was supporting and assisting them, carried the passengers from the STC bus. She says there were two children.
More than two, but those two kids, they were traveling alone.
Yes. And so she said she was in the bus and she was just directing them to use their rear.
8 kids.
8 kids. Yes. So she was saying that somebody was outside the bus who was carrying them out. So time Ben police and answer fire service for bus.
40 minutes.
After 40 minutes.
He said, yeah, call siren fire, say ambulance, yeah, quite crying, your bus, Jan Woman Dream. And now, tanker, yes, I only a deep into car to my bar around in run and nursing in no woman dream.
Number no, move your bus where we
Obiani, pass the jet, me me, I can say, Obia. One may pray, Obia, no, who not glass a chicken and you do a one and me do say be and charm, dear, but
we'll receive from the prow. And indeed,
I'm a boy, children, Miss to say me, Muneme. To Miss Sandy Hurry and me. Now, dear Minya, Mena, Pace, now I Sama Mena, feeling feverish to be.
Okay.
But Menya cat.
So, and again, what she said corroborates the story from the STC, where we're told that nobody, out of the 31 passengers in the STC bus, nobody has lost his or her life. Everybody is fine. Media interview from STC bus, direct penny back on. Or patches incident this year, On beside say Momo when I'm say Motwaso call Kumasi. Momo Humbain and Mopesa Moko and cry. And also hot to say.
Me momo dear. Me nim a honasam ya do my left bedroom konongo. Na or the near my track so. And I know then a private car in case of police phone so no na. Or a mene or lady bakuna daga or DBC konongo. Na me a barefooted konongo no be to actually we share me lady no. Just a say be an fashe. Enti ono no DBC konongo no sama yes kase you beti me ano no yen fan to aso enti me no. Well me drew or me te say ambulance abefe bi na even driver ni say ye wu. Enti ambulance no nipa sen no mo de wo mo call hospital me Tuesday no na me search STC for number. Na me friend na Accra. Na me catch almost say interview na driver na grant. Me wo pass ni. Na I was the last person to get down. Obi eni ho a owu ye just say ebi munya minor injuries ni eyi. But obi enwu ni interview o so fear and panic. Inti me call Facebook and interview me reply when call for comment assist.
Okay.
No, I'm saying now my ticket number, yes, and I'm saying 30, no, I'm saying they'll get back to me. Number best, no, I'm so me number no what ticket, no, so the phone any BBR, but they say number me using it, and you may know bear 5 p.m. Now me now call say STC. Now I'm saying Kumasi and Accra branch, no, say Accra, no, or say woman and NTS and I'm no passing. Now I'm saying I so be now I'm saying mum dear, yen na me adu yetini si. Yede nyame ase ene bye bye wo man ka say wo ho te sen ya na say wotimi call hospital and say accident or now obi an frame bi.
So what she's saying is that she lost everything in that accident. I mean she's lost her phone, she's lost everything. And she's saying that when she got out of the bus, at the time there was nothing like whether you're going back to Kumasi or you're going to Accra. But somebody who was driving his private vehicle gave them a lift. She, together with 2 other passengers, they were given a lift to Konongo. And that is how come when she got to Konongo, somebody bought her the slippers, the flip-flops she's wearing this morning. She said when she got to Kumasi, that was when she saw that there were some comments on Facebook, on social media, from the driver. So she said she even responds to some of the messages, trying to clarify some of the issues that the driver himself has said. She goes on to also say that she looked for the number for STC, and placed a call to STC and spoke to them. She's alleging that even when she called STC and she told them what had happened, nobody even bothered to ask her how she's doing and blah, blah, blah. They just said, okay, Ubi and Woody, nobody died and all. But she received a call again in the evening, around 5 p.m., and she was told that she was going to they'll get back to her, but they have not gotten back to her. Sisi, accident we see, accident baby said, additional benny in swim free. What was the idea there?
It has a say, do me cats, but within me, no. Men I mean, dear, and Tina me car so be very heat. Me drew fear me drive me the tower family him say I said that smoke I say I yam charcoal. Me hailing him. I will me masoon say me the idea from Nina black and a bit some make us say one better say. Your bass no and she but heat na
the free tank and
yes,
fire.
Yes, nani. Na minim se ebo mu na ye kwa isa me sandi huri ye no enempo de eye kakra ba enu na enye kura
utimi da
me da en me da ba me ni titire ya na asa me picture ba Monday night ne de ma nda kura
ne jinjira we ni so
mtimiti bed so na ye se me hwe no screen so na me picture nti de me kan ni say rade ne das me de me kan ni say rade ne das me say na me kwachi na me nine ne de eye much better he say me do tag junction taxi am fire kwa driver ni peja me tu mu ansana odi mi be fi am ekọ hospital ti me nine de na me nti aso man de no kra but endro omotro ma me ne eyi no de eye but body pains me yese ya say bi mi dware kra na me sra.
Well, she's saying that she's battling some body pains right now as a result of the impact of the tanker vehicle that hit the rear of the bus. She says that even when she's bathing or applying cream or pomade, she feels pains. On Monday, she couldn't sleep at all. But from Tuesday, well, she's trying to manage to sleep only along the line. She pictures all the things that happened. You know how our mind's eye plays with us. She's picturing those things, and that is the trauma that she's going through right now. Because we sit on radio, we sit on television, and we say so. Odofo because we took akwaba. I am share nkwa.
Akra me nko bi free se mini flight iska.
Untimi ka so nko bi.
Me nko.
Untimi ka so nko bi.
Me wo ba girl penyini wo ho. 26 years or ba hard check on time. See ye meeting me na kasa no sebi. Enye se me we law.
We will law school.
Yeah, we the master's legal commercial law. So since September, na say wa fi no so we na exam September end no beba. Na me say, me person me boy ya am for flight. For flight or so there be obepe driver. But my friend I catch and say mo but if you say we be drive safely, but obi di here surrender wa any mistake. And so say be ye mistake ni ye move but ono mo na ewu na accident ni see ya ba no kra na say be ya announce am cover this accident yeah but there were overtakings, private cars, big cars, just say the sini nyina no just say embo obi ehu still me ebi mo say kwan ne nye ba me de da me de me hu say Ghana ye deserve good rules e kwan ne nye de but wo de hwe ye feature kakra se ye kwan na speed driver seko so what you say the good road de ka ye kwan ne nya esu but enu po no de akoso wo kwan ne so ne ye san be ye ne double a kwan ne da so ne de na me na na be hwe.
Well, she said she's decided not to travel on a bus to Accra especially anymore. She said she's not going to travel to Accra anymore. Let's because she gets money for flight. And that even upon the announcement that there was an accident on the road, she could see when she had been given a lift by another man to Kumasi, she could see the reckless driving on the roads, the overspeeding, the overtaking, the recklessness on our roads. And so for her, she's not going to travel to Accra anymore because of fear. Now, multi-bus ni driver no use overtakings no. Obianka just the driver turbo.
Man, yeah.
Yesterday, there's a video I'm trying to get it for Joe. The same spot.
Yes.
Some bloggers when I don't know whether you've seen the video. The same spot.
Now, bro, na mama bresa no.
There be men come bro.
They said okay na bro. O ma be bresa, didn't so.
David, can you imagine that the same spot where this thing happened and now pick up? They even have the number. It said 2022. David, there's the overtake at that same spot.
Lady na me ne ba no de me ambes osun ti me catch eno ba me ho fe na am say Harriet wo de anka bi a untimi nwiri na say bi me ne ye kwa nyu ofa ne pressure dru ti nyankopon de me order about ni ba na necessary so on change ne ne me bi ti wono wa amba bi o catch am sat Tuesday no be etwem ho ye bas ne edum no ba still na smoke ewo and think mudia ma hu hwi no kwa na then at the same spot for the whole overtaking
also ba jene number wo ho
there be na me ne na eba
and omo mo di kan jaw
no lady ba kwa mem ne car say e beda e ma no ono ne angel ya prepare my other boat na ya 3 minutes to our destination.
Yeah.
Me ya na no sister friends was say no bi di ne ma bi bre no to one change.
Okay.
No say ya nya ne den na say ne ma me ndi kan.
Okay.
So no ka chem say Tuesday no oba ne ba no still smoke wo ti munim hwe no mudru ho no bibia si muda so you overtaking ho.
So that's my earlier question. Man what bus and mun ti man kan driver say driver turbo no overtaking no ye.
Enim ho for de minim ba man bi ano ono te me 1 2. No ka say enim ho for de papa ye mo nka bibi nkyere no. Ti minim o ka ye no menya sure say edie yi say bi mu amoben no kra no. Na minim so bi kan ye na man te dia ba man na no no te no be bia obey number 29. Ti say me try ticket na odimachi. Ono ka say de papa ye mu amuti enim ho mo nka bibi nkyere de ya ne say enim no kra no. Na enkra no wo ho mo.
What about responses to some of the comments away who what to social media? And was what catch what throw said driver and driving overtakings be nyana?
Me kai say one comment pe and I me kai ba the others no say ni na yet wo mu nyina ahye 21 no 10 in the PA 20 no na ya na me reply say ya kai ye nyina
but what here no pay
STC for ne frame ne dia me catch o mo say wo mo driver ni mistake overtaking or yeah na ama we nyina
and I didn't know catch you.
Or more brushing no.
So Eugene, let's take the number she called. The number she said she took and called the STC in Accra. Let's take that number. Let's call and try to find out whether they have spoken to this woman. What information they got from her, what investigation they themselves are doing as STC. But they should be doing some investigations to ascertain whether indeed it is a fault of the STC bus driver or otherwise. Now, only Omokasa, so what about Onyomana Ayira?
And Yaman na many my you.
And as I shimpo
bus and will be in her funny BBA. And see men can't say be a Johnny. Yaman Quan, Guy Bar Quan, no kind where Maya left them who sent a bag of bonnet, and I'm a good son and say, now, dear, day. Also, none a bag listening to a fire or no suhuri nor degree. Or no men who bad ones will be anywhere or fine a shade, will be unfashy. Kind lady be not temen chain. Students in the laptop make I saw the share short near in Sunina.
And this is our number Yashi. What's the same baby saying?
Oh, near man, dear, send me phone and a crammy Zoomy hyper. And see, no crying, say, beneath the brand or torn more than €1,000 last year.
So what do you expect? You open compensation for STC one answer then?
Yes, a state transport. State to just say are buying and I want more insurance. If you private you want more insurance and I miss no be to me see a becca are buying nipa to me so me are buying nipa. No compensation there.
Listen, join us on Ghana Mopa. So please join us on our YouTube channel. Join us on Facebook right now and see another reckless overtaking some other vehicle is doing on the same stretch. And listen, for me, if you are in a bus, if you are in any vehicle and somebody is driving foolishly, carelessly, recklessly, don't just keep quiet. Say something, because if you don't say something, you'll be dead.
Yes,
you would die. If you check the videos that we're showing you on our Facebook and of course our YouTube channels right now, this is simply careless driving.
This is just yesterday.
This is look at this.
And David, the car number is 227716 JN. This the car that caused it. The one that looks like the police car, the color.
Yeah, the Nissan pickup.
Yes, the Nissan pickup is JN 227716.
But it's only that pickup. Look at the vehicle behind
all of them.
Look at the vehicle behind
so they look at it. So the driver who has the right of way had to use the pedestrian side and descend. Look at it. So David, imagine that the driver was close to where the bridge is. Have you seen where the bridge is? He would have gone into the ditch.
Oh yes.
Have you seen it? And David, it just doesn't make sense how they drive this way on the road. There's the car. The same spot.
What's the inscription? There's an inscription on the door. I don't want to. What I saw on my mind.
It looks like
I don't want to say. I don't want to say.
Social security company.
I don't want to say.
I've also seen it.
I don't want to say.
Door, yes.
Joe, if you can pause, I just want to see what sticker I'm seeing. Let it.
It's a Senate car.
It's a Senate car.
It's a Senate car.
I just didn't want to say, but it's a Senate vehicle.
It's a Senate vehicle. 22. David, there's the number, and our friends are listening. 227716 is a Senate vehicle. That logo on the car is a Senate vehicle. This car belongs to Senate. And David, there's a video. This driver must be arrested. How do you drive like this? And David, see, there's even a speed hump there.
Oh, there are speed humps there.
Yes, no speed ramps here 3 times. Speed ramps or home.
It's a Senate vehicle. Yeah, that's it.
I saw it before, but I just want to be triple sure. I just wanted to be triple, and it's a Senate vehicle.
And David, you tipa track even thing. Me am one tipa. No say no so. David, that bra. How do you drive like this?
If you had the opportunity, madam, if you had the opportunity to speak to, let's say, the president of the land right now about the wrongs on our roads, or maybe the minister for transport, what would you say? If you implement here,
road in India one, and ena eswa ena Kumasi a second capital enti cars ne heavy duty trucks wo me ko Burkina north nyina no from Accra no wo fa that same cars e fa so no akese na nketua Kumasi to Accra se Kumasi aya second capital kwan ne nye ena sin eswa na me sa ka say na Ghana yes aya kwan yi per speed a wo be ko no ntimi nim se send nkofo phones so de capture we no say yebenya cameras bi ane ka yenya nipa 2 or 3 bia wo drive recklessly ni e cho na ye be fine ne wa na ye jeli we be ye
to serve as a deterrent.
Yes.
Because if you look at this snake vehicle
and the track, but a few hours to crown still. Not
David no can no say dey na boma aye he ni na sa dey na man focus. So David it's a meant because see David, there's no way. And David, for you to drive a Senate vehicle, a government vehicle, means that you are trained to a certain level. David, I cannot drive better than multimedia drivers. I don't know if you can, because that's your professional. So David, if a professional driver is driving this way, guess the normal driver on the road. This is a professional driver.
8 lives have been lost, according to my journal line this morning. 8 lives.
I moved from 3 to 8.
Yes, it was 6. Oh. From 3 to 6. Now it's 8.
Yeah,
on my Joy Online, it's 8. Joe, true or false? 7. Okay, sorry, 7. If you go on my Joy Online right now, 7 have lost their lives.
Oh.
As a result of this
An
recklessness.
11-year-old girl was part.
Yesterday. Yes. She died yesterday.
She
died yesterday.
David, this driver, I've sent you the picture. Right? We need to make sure this driver is picked up.
I'm going to send it to the appropriate authorities. So you can call us now. Let's try and see if our listeners can also share some views and some light on this. The number to call is
0544-009616 0544-009616 0544-009616.
If there's any question you want to ask the lady who is lucky to be alive, although she was in the STC bus, and we thank God that nobody in the STC bus died, we're also saying to God that may the souls of the ones who have lost their lives rest in peace. If there's any question you want to give to this lady, or any advice you want to give road users, or even speak to authorities, call us now. Hi, good morning.
Good morning, David.
Yes, sir. Christoph, how are you doing?
The Lord is my shepherd. Yourself, sir?
Charlie, what I'm seeing on my monitors here, Charlie, very scary and disturbing.
David, something else. Now, if you're about to travel to Accra, then you have this nostalgic feeling and all that. You don't even know what happened on the way. David, you see, this is a vivid account of an eyewitness. See, we are not honest to ourselves. I listened to one of your sister stations, and then there's this PRO of STC, one of the PROs, or one of the managers. He's a Muslim. And the way he was lying.
No, hold on. You cannot say he was lying. Christoph, if you can hear me. Chris, okay. Hold on. Don't say he was lying. Say maybe you don't believe or trust what he said, but to call him a liar, you don't have proof of it.
He said that, David, not too long ago, they sent their drivers to one of the military bases for training, defensive training and how to navigate through dangers. And if not for that training, everybody will have died.
So it is.
I'm coming.
Hold on, Chris.
But from the woman, she's saying that.
Chris, hold on.
The guy did 2 wrong overtakings. David, let's be honest to ourselves. You see, the reason why this country is because we don't speak to issues. The woman is saying that she was the last person to come up from the bus, and she saw that the driver of the STC did 2 wrong overtakings, and that led to the crash.
So that she has said. But let me ask you a question. When you say the PRO from the STC was lying, that they take their drivers for military training and therefore they do defensive driving, how can you say that is wrong? Can you prove that he's lying?
Now, David,
can you prove that he's lying?
David, one court training, one court training in India, and tell me what will happen.
Thank you very much, Christoph. Some of the times when we're on radio, I want us to do the right things. She has said hers that the driver did 2 wrongful overtakings. Very well. But if you say that the man was lying and you cannot prove that they've received training, where lies your basis? Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Chief, what's your name?
Nana Kokuye.
Nana, good to have you.
I sent a message.
Nana, go ahead, please.
I'll give you it later. Let me use this opportunity to educate people. When such issues happen, I always want to educate. Most buses, if you're sitting on the bus, look at the window. There's supposed to be some gadget there. It's something like a mallet thing. It's purposely for breaking of glasses. Should you involve yourself in an accident or something? So if you sit in the car, irrespective, probably the driver might not educate you guys that in case of an accident, use that thing to break the glass. Please, it's an advice I'm giving.
Okay.
And this thing that also, that's just the lady is narrating. Drivers, when you are driving, measure the distance of your car. I mean, how length your car is. And if you can overtake, that is when you do that. But I see a lot of drivers, especially these saloon cars or something, that they have their cars, they think they can run at a speed, and the car they are overtaking, probably the guy driving doesn't want to speed up. Don't be behind it because you can't see your way. Always look and make sure you can see your way through. You can overtake and get into a safe distance between you, the car you're overtaking and the car in front, so that you can get in correctly. Other than that, you involve yourself in an accident. I pray the lady gets well, and then since no one is dead or something, I don't know if no one is dead. If someone is dead, may the person's soul be blessed and accepted in heaven. Amen.
David, on the reckless driving, I'm actually receiving a message from my listener who said that David, the lady is speaking the truth. On the 22nd of May, I was also traveling from Accra, and the STC driver was speeding. LT driver 2 was overtaken. When the woman called the STC to report, the driver and some passengers were complaining. And
that's one of the problems or challenges that I have. Because when somebody is correcting somebody else, the other passengers are also saying, Good morning.
Yes, sir. You see, David, let me say this. Sometimes you are too economical. I know you have been you've been radio for a long time, but you're my brother or my uncle. You've been too cautious and economical about hitting certain key sensitive issues. Look, I've gotten other reports from other sources. I'm also in the media now, David, that the STC driver was the chief architect of the accident. Let's be very honest. Look, how will you call this woman and ask her? You said you were part of the victims, and what happened and what. You didn't even ask her how you are feeling, whether you've gone to the hospital. There's no concern. There's no care. Yes, you claim state transport corporation, STC, and then private state is for the government. And so we are saying that let's be honest to ourselves and let's speak to issues, because human lives are precious. Human lives are precious. All those people who died now, he was saying that that's what the guy said. But now, some people have died. That means that some are in critical condition at the hospital, and so we should pray that maybe we don't lose it of the. But you are saying Obianwi, Sarah Kwanakayo, Obianwi, now Obiansu would die. So the report that came that they all died was. You see, we are not being honest to ourselves.
So if Christoph, you call on a radio station, for other stations, you are at liberty, go and say whatever you want to say there. But for us here, Love 99.5, we would always do the right thing. When she said that she called the STC office, and that they didn't even ask her how she was doing and all, I was disturbed, and that's why I was saying, like, let's call STC. Yes. When she said that the driver did a careless driving, did I hide or prevent her from saying it? I said it on radio that she said there was a careless driving on the part of the STC driver. But if you come and say the man lied that the drivers of STC were taken for driving training at military for them to do defensive driving, and you say it's a lie, how do you prove that? And I sit here and allow you to come and say that the man is lying without you proving it. Go to another radio station and say those things and let them allow you. For me, I will speak to the truth. The man says they have been given training. If you come and say there's no evidence, there's no proof, and you can prove it, all well and good. But up until that time, I'll say for that bit, don't say it. If you're not comfortable with it, that's up to you.
But David, even that, I mean, whether there is defensive.
What if What if the man brings you evidence
that they actually
they take the people to the military barracks for training? How do you come and say what? When you said training pony. Did I say don't say that?
So David, I think that the point is that I'm told that the NDC Asante Regional chairman is the board chair for STC.
Okay,
David, I think that you need to bring these matters before him because David, if you see, the guy is even trying to go and look for a sticker just to prove the message he sent to me. So it tells you that people have some reservation about some of their drivers, and I think that it's imperative they do that. And David, this particular Senate driver, if any Senate official is listening, there's a car number JN.
Sometimes it should not necessarily be there listening. We should go to them.
Yes.
With some of these evidence.
I've taken the screenshot.
So let's go to them with the evidence.
I'm forwarding it to them. The Senate people I know. Because David, you see, they do these things. Yes, as the lady said, the road is terrible. We'll be the last person to say the road is terrible. But David, even if they do the road, now we are driving. Say, David, Nyamenkwan, maybe they are away. Nyamenkwan cause another accident there. How do you do this? Especially a day after she's narrating. And then what is even most sad from her narration? At least she has life. She can pick up her life back and everything.
Yeah.
David, I dare to say, a quantus one won't say car told them a view. Now was you overtaking?
Go to that same stretch, another stretches today, and see the carelessness and the recklessness. But since King, you've seen the pictures and the videos. And yet people still drive recklessly and carelessly. And for our listeners who think that, maybe I should have allowed Chris to have said what he said. Chris has a school. He calls it adult education. So somebody comes on radio and says if you go to that place, they don't teach you anything. All they do is they take money from you and blah, 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 blah. And I sit here and say, okay, I'll allow you to speak. Once I don't have proof or evidence.
So for 2-3 days now, STC hasn't reached out to you about the state of your health.
That's exactly what she is saying.
No insurance company.
But you remember when we spoke to the NIC?
David, that's bad.
When we spoke to the NIC people, the National Insurance Commission people, when they came to the studios, what did they say? That if there's an accident, we should report. We have to report to the police. Tell the police about the accident, and then you follow up, and then you get to have some insurance package or whatever given to you. The message say when we reporting my police for there, the police force as what there. But why so far I won't catch it. Say accidents now come.
David, SCC has a Kumasi. I think she can go there.
No.
Also, lawyer question Mumpa, they're always behind the scenes, and so a friend of the show, lawyer Kwashi, says he wants to help you by in terms of the insurance from STC. So what we're going to do is that we're going to furnish you with lawyer Kwashi's number, and then you'd engage with lawyer Kwashi. So making sure it's STC for them insurance compensation be. But
David asked you about the things that government maybe.
Things program na me call yen wow sha.
Handkerchief,
makeup.
But so you wear the paper because me sure Accra no paper. You wear the paper.
No, fan of pan obey.
Now nim na
to brodo kwan so ana.
Man to na remember you na me de kakai. And na me de drinks and so
na kakra wo.
But we can't send more radio so the kind
of David am here for being serious. David, because when I saw her enter the studio.
Na me da ho na makai say na me yi we kura na wo niam animu. Yeah. Me say I wait there Tuesday na so am go to toothbrush me extra one na me yi fufu me to that dan na me say am so go to be me na ni na ya there.
But have you gone to the hospital?
Yeah.
I think you should be going with the internal thing. What you don't see sometimes dangerous than what you see.
Okay, so we're not going to end here. We're going to try and get in touch with the guys from STC. The number she called, we're going to get the number from her and call STC. We're also going to speak to the guys from Senate to get to understand what action they've taken against. Fine, so we'll take it from there. So this has been Love in the Morning. We're not gone yet. We have 2 more interviews coming up your way. EduFly Travel and Tours, EduFly Travel Consult. They will be joining us for a conversation. We'll have another conversation coming up your way on insurance. But please, on the road, please stay safe. If the trotro driver, if the taxi driver, if whoever driver is not driving well, talk about it. Don't keep quiet. Speak about it.
kwabena meka kwabena bo me ana meka oni a owa akoko bebre nkosua nya ne na dimi me ba ko mienu mu ndimi me mpensa ofimpo ohwe na ba me si obu nipa ya ka